All right, guys. Thanks for tuning back in. Episode 5, Sundays with the Boys. We're back again. We're live again. I'm one of your hosts, Sean C.
This is Teddy.
This is Marcus.
I'm Lucas.
Welcome back, guys. It's nice to have both of you back in the same week again.
Right.
Yeah, Marcus, I shouldn't get used to it though.
It's crazy.
Wow. Can't get used to it.
Can't get used
You're
to
gonna
it.
walk out like my father did?
No,
Your father died.
he walked out
After
alright.
he walked out.
He did walk out first. He had to walk out to die.
He did have to walk out.
What are y'all talking
I
about?
don't. What?
You know who
He
else
walked out of the
and
mortal
died?
coil. That's what he just did. He did that.
Right. That's what I'm not understanding.
These other two don't correlate. Yo, he had to leave and die first. No, he could have died here.
No. You know who else walked out and died? Martin Luther King, R.I.P.
Wow.
He was on this balcony. He did
And
walk
he
out.
walked out and
Yeah,
died.
he
We
walked
doing
out.
that in Anti-Black History Month right now?
It is not. Wow. Yeah.
Are we doing
There's
that
only
right
one
now?
Black History Month.
Exactly.
Everything
Black
else
History Month
outside of
is
that is
against it.
anti-Black
Okay.
History Month.
Anti-Black
Okay.
History
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You know.
That's what the white man wants you to think.
That's what Teddy wants us to think, because he's the white man.
I am the white man.
I'm more so still stuck on the whole Bears thing. The Bears post. That's 100% him.
Jesus.
Are you
fucking
okay, Marcus?
boxing with the mic, man.
No, what that was is he's just making sure it's not a Decepticon. What say you want, Marcus? Is it a Decepticon?
He didn't transform.
Probably because you stunned it. That was a mean ass left hook. It's an uppercut, bro.
Probably because it didn't
Marcus-
hurt.
Marcus is training for Megalobox.
The worst shots are the ones you don't see coming.
Training for real steel. You're gonna get your ass in the ring and start boxing robots.
Whoa.
What's been up with you guys?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Not
Work.
Dick.
I'm trying to get I'm waiting for this new government John Stamos check to come in. That way I can get a
John
car.
Stamos.
Right, the John Stamos.
John Stamos.
Stimmy Neutron.
All right,
No, I'm saying Stimmy Turner.
my Jerry Steinfeld.
Oh my god, baby the bibbly ball. Fuck, bro. Never liked Seinfeld in my
Me
life.
neither. He was
Never
not
liked
good.
that shit.
These the only
Show
time
to
niggas
me.
is fucking with stems. Like usually niggas don't fuck with stems, but
Oh yeah,
it's the only
weed.
time.
There we go, weed reference. I didn't
Yeah,
catch it.
I thought it was Call of Duty. I thought he was talking about a
I
stem
thought
shot.
he was talking about recording.
It
With the
seems like
stem?
we all had our own versions of what
Stems
the
and
fuck he said.
recording.
Huh.
Huh?
You think I should know that, considering that we record these episodes?
Where are the stems?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've just heard them used. I don't know what they look like or where they are.
Like,
Maybe they're talking
where
about
are
crack
they?
pipes.
Could be.
They could be
I
talking
thought it
about
was like
crack
the
pipes.
lines on each
The
individual.
Tigers and bears.
Whatever.
I'm not scared.
You see me fighting a bear.
Help the bear.
Help the bear.
I'm not helping Teddy off the principle.
Don't. If you see me fighting, I just actually watched a video yesterday of bears fighting. And they kind of just straight up throw hands.
They just throw hands.
Yeah,
Right.
throw paws.
Throw paws? Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's literally all it would be.
It's a,
We can call those claws too, right? Bear claws are fire. I completely forgot they existed until just now.
Is that a food?
It is.
Yes.
It's basically like
It's a pastry.
cracked out Danish.
Huh.
it's just filled with like
Cherry.
cinnamon.
I don't think he's ever had a bear claw. He's eating this shit with
I
cinnamon.
don't think I've ever had a bear claw.
It's like a drizzle, like a white drizzle and
A
shit.
drizzle,
So
a
net.
shizzle, a little bit of lizzle.
So some nut?
A little bit of
Nut.
Monica.
Nut?
No, not yet.
Nutmeg.
This is more of a glaze.
A nutmeg is what Tori
So
does
it
to
toasts us
the
Why does
stallion.
everything have to be about dicks? And this, we had to put that in the tags. We don't put that in the tags for the amount of
Right.
times.
Dicks and back shots?
You know what? Someone,
That's what you need to put in your hashtags, because that's all the fuck you talk about.
You know what someone told me yesterday?
That was not about dicks at all.
She said that her favorite part, because I showed her the teaser. She's Aisha's sister. She said her favorite part was when we started talking about the animals and the dicks. I'm like, you have no idea. Keep listening.
Wait till episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode 2, 3.
Semi 4.
Yeah.
He just loves his dicks.
Man.
Sad.
That's not sad, man. Love is love, first and foremost. Let's go ahead and start
It's
there.
2021, man.
Right. It is 2021, and I'm finding out Teddy loves dicks more. It's crazy.
I don't need y'all painting this narrative.
You say you're gonna save that for 2023.
Right.
I might still need 2 more years to come out.
Because in 2022, it's too many dicks.
I got to do it on Tuesday, February 22nd.
Oh,
Okay.
It's
unrelated.
February the 22nd on a Tuesday?
Yes, it is going to be the Tuesday.
That's crazy. The Tuesday. That sounds cool, actually.
Wait. So, how did you find this out?
Seen it like on a calendar.
Basically,
Okay,
I guess that's how you would see it.
look that far into the calendar.
I wanted
We
to
got
see.
current problems. This man's don't worry about
Sometimes
2022.
we want to know when our birthdays are next year. I
I
know
don't
his
think that's
birthday's not in
ever
February,
been-
but I do.
I don't think I don't.
I like to see whenever
Yeah.
my birthday is going to fall on a Thursday again, because that's the day I was born.
Me too.
Don't look at me like that.
I look at
wish,
calendar just to see what day a Monday is gonna fall on. You know,
What?
Yeah, a Monday.
A Monday. A Monday falls on a
No,
Monday
but,
every
like,
time.
What date? Like,
Oh, for which particular day
Yeah,
is the
for the
Monday
month,
going to
yeah,
fall
you
on?
know.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one got the Monday assignment? Basically.
Right.
This year, your Monday.
Right. That's what it sounds like right now.
at the end of the month, beginning of the month, because it all guaranteed. When I get paid too, I look at the calendar a lot.
Yeah, I can understand it. I do that too.
Yeah.
It's
I look at
crazy.
the calendar less now.
Maybe you should. Maybe
Do you know what
should.
today's date is?
Today's date is the 13th.
14th.
Yep.
Look at that.
It is
You know what?
It is the 14th. I don't know.
This guy.
Hey, I'm not perfect.
Does
I
it
never said
do
I was.
squat?
I know a lot. I don't know if squat would be the apt term to use for that. I know a lot.
You don't know what day.
We don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a ladder, so I feel like we shouldn't do this to me right now.
Because it doesn't have an ability to climb a ladder.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
know.
it's a genius in a different field. So you don't like intelligence is relative.
Just like time.
In
my
Alabama.
cousins.
Time is a
man.
relative.
Huh? Yeah.
Time is a relative.
And that's why I try to fuck it.
time.
That's why he tries to fuck
Right.
it.
I'd be
Did you
looking
see
at
Ryan
clocks.
Last Dragon? You saw Ryan the Last Dragon?
No.
You still ain't watch Raya the Last
Watch it
Dragon
tonight.
yet? I feel
Watch
you.
it tonight.
Did you watch Tom and
I'll
Jerry?
give you the info.
I did. I didn't care for Tom and Jerry.
I feel that. True.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Shame. That movie's
Yeah,
fantastic.
he did tell me that. I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait for y'all to have this.
Oh, so you did see it, you just didn't like it.
Yeah, I seen Tom and Jerry. I didn't like it.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
the cartoony
good,
look to the characters, or what was it?
The story was whack.
That too. I do feel like because they don't need to be in the real world.
They don't.
They don't.
No,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They're fucking cartoons. I understand you're trying to blend the world like Space Jam did.
Right.
This is a whole different scenario than Space Jam. You know, these niggas are really just here.
Yeah.
To be honest, like they really served no real purpose to the movie. Like to be honest, so
Just
I
a
feel
cat and a mouse chasing each other.
That's
That's all
really
it is. That's
all-
all it's ever
that's
been.
all it's ever been.
It didn't
Right,
need
right,
a intricate story.
Right,
I feel
right,
like the
right.
story could have dead ass just been them in a house in a fucking like suburban territory, and like the owner of the house or some shit like that goes out,
Yeah.
and then like they just have
Ramshack
hijinks.
the
That's
house.
all
It's
it
just
is,
been like
right?
another. It should have been like a Jackass movie.
I was gonna say Cat in the Hat, but okay,
Jackass.
Cat in the Hat more. Yes, I feel you. on that.
Jackass movie.
Yeah, just different scenes of fucking Tom
Hi,
trying to get
I'm
Jerry.
Tom, and you're watching Jackass.
Right?
Hi, I'm Jerome A. Mouse, and you're watching Jackass.
Thomas D. Cat.
Like just all those intricate fucking ways to try to kill each other. It's just-
Oh my god.
but Jackass.
Be honest though, because if it's in line with old Tom and Jerry, like back in the day when we grew up with it, it'd be a classical version of that song. They take the intro and do it with like piano.
A banjo.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, man, they
Put
just
on
like
the
pull out
sitar.
that cello. Doom, 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 doom.
I gotta get it's always late. Every time we have a date. But I love that song.
That's crazy. Man. So what's up, guys?
What is this?
That's my Disney Plus login. You can use that. That way you don't have to pay for Raya and the Last Dragon. And I really feel like you're gonna enjoy.
Or you
this
could just
movie.
go to F movies.
I was going to.
It's a lot less
when
of
I
an
decide
effort.
to watch it.
I feel
It's a
that.
lot of less effort for me to just type in F movies on my computer. And
Oh well, yeah, you do have this PC now.
Yeah, he has a
with
Marcus is
ad
bougie,
block,
but I be forgetting.
got ad block and everything. I don't have no issues.
no issue.
Marcus, can you see us with your nose turned so high?
Right.
Uppity.
Oh,
I also want to point something out. We told everybody we were going live at 2. We went live at like 1:45.
We did.
we had to keep him on the toes.
Right.
Yeah, we
keep
did
you on
that
your
right
toes.
away.
I
Yeah.
I'm
just
saying?
thought about that. Hey, Sally. I'm not sure who Sally is, but hey, Sally.
Sally.
how are you?
Oh,
that
it's
girl.
out.
What T.I. say? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
You're right. You're right. And I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
I still got to
just
take my
ready.
TI training course.
Your expeditiously
Yeah, my
increase your vernacular.
Yeah, just watch every documentary he's ever in.
Right.
Or was that one series
don't
he
watch
did where
everything.
he was
a montage of what he says.
on parole and he had to go to different people and scare straight the kids or whatever he was doing. What's that one series called? It was on VH1. After he got arrested for the guns and they put him on parole.
I have no idea. I didn't watch.
I don't know, but T.I. and Tiny did have a few like live reality TV shows, so I could watch those.
They had a few or like one.
They did
had
have
a
a
few.
few. They had a
So with that whole thing that's going on with them right now, like the allegations and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The alligators.
There's alligators.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's alligators going on. with
Okay,
them?
yeah, this is alligator infested waters
Hmm.
and kangaroo infested waters too. For being completely honest,
Yeah,
so the whole thing is that there's people now coming forth saying that Tiny and T.I. drugged a whole bunch of women, raped. One girl said they held a gun to
What,
his
they
face.
Epstein people?
They're saying it's something like that and something worse. So the thing that the only reason I even mentioned it is
Worse
because
than rape?
there's something you can be killed.
They were being drugged and raped.
Nah.
Is drugged worse than rape?
Gang raped.
Yes.
And it's not
Oh,
like we're not
I'm sorry.
saying
I
rape
thought
in
you
the
said
sense
murder.
of like we're not. This is always a
Pretty
slippery
bad.
slope.
He's in some shit right now.
Yeah, he is in some shit.
in some shit
Yeah,
right now.
it'd be best if y'all looked it up. But they I was looking at like the statement that was said given by their lawyer, and my first immediate thought was, I bet you T.I. wrote this. Like,
It was a lot of
You
big
thought-
words.
oh, don't worry, I have it saved. We're gonna go over this right now.
His vernacular was so astute I couldn't fabricate the construct of his.
That's good. It's OD.
Oh my god.
In response to these egregious allegations.
Right. What's your guys' views on this cancel culture that's going on, man? Like, I feel like it's really OD.
I feel like you're OD.
You feel like I'm OD? How so?
Yes.
How
I
so?
feel like you just get so upset in the past week and a half
Yeah.
about Pepe Le Pew and shit
I'm so
like
upset
that.
about Pepe Le Pew.
You shouldn't be.
I should.
Okay, it's not cancel culture if the companies themselves are coming forth and being like, okay, we realize that this depiction is problematic. We realize that this in itself is
They
an
kept
issue.
Foghorn Leghorn.
I mean, Foghorn Leghorn not racist. He just southern as fuck.
They did not keep Foghorn Leghorn.
They did. They just added to the Looney Tunes episodes with him in it that they put a disclosure at the beginning of those episodes or a disclaimer saying,
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew's episodes are still out. They didn't.
They just
take
didn't
down
put him in
Pepe Le
Space
Pew's
Jam.
episodes, right?
No, what
That's
about
all it
Space Jam?
was.
Also,
That's all it was.
on top of that,
future product.
on top of that, it's not
There
a
are no
cancel
future
culture.
projects for Foghorn Leghorn.
Hey man, I say. This nigga's always
You don't say.
It's not, I don't think it's cancel culture. I think it's like the company's trying to be accountable and proactive, and not trying to depict people in a way like that. It's.
But I feel like
People
it was
are
such a
like
long
that.
time ago though. And
Yeah.
those people aren't depicted like that anymore in current events or anything. So
But it can still be
canceling a
offensive.
character that has not done anything in his cartoon lineage since the old Looney Tunes along those lines is pointless. Because what has he done outside of the old Looney Tunes that is still in that demeanor? Because he hasn't. I've even attempted to watch. If somebody tried to bring up the Bugs Bunny show, I watched the episodes with him in it. He is nowhere near or had done anything near what he did back in the day.
Right.
Because
You
it
know
was,
what I'm saying?
it was a
He was a
problematic
wedding planner.
depiction.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What was the point of canceling him then if you couldn't just changed his character like you did?
I
not
do agree
canceled.
with that point, though. He's just not in Space Jam.
Right, but he's canceled from Space Jam and future Looney Tunes products moving forward is what I am saying. So what is your debate on that then, if that's the case?
Was that stated?
Yes, he's canceled from Looney Tunes and future Looney Tune production.
Well, then I do agree with that part. That yes, they could just like change,
Rebrand him.
Yeah, rebrand him.
They could
Definitely.
rebrand him. That's all it is. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, you got rid of a character moving forward when the simple thing was y'all could have just rewrote his character.
Right, they rebranded.
Like, Bugs Bunny isn't as extravagant as he was back in the day.
They rebranded Lola. She used to be
Right.
fucking sexual shit. Now she's some goofy
No,
girl.
she wasn't. No, she wasn't. Go back and watch
In
that.
the first Space Jam?
Go back and watch this first
In the
Space Jam
first
again.
Space Jam?
Yeah, go back and watch the first Space Jam again. Look at her outfit. The outfit that the
I'm not
outfit
talking about her outfit. I'm talking about her demeanor and everything. She doesn't act the same.
Talking about
She
her
was-
demeanor, as in her whole sexual aspect that she brought to herself.
As a 5-year-old boy, I definitely wanted to fuck a rabbit.
You
So-
still want to fuck a rabbit?
No, I don't. I just want to hang out with my little rabbit buddy on DMT. That's
Jojo
it.
Rabbit.
But whenever the Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes show came out, where they were just like, it was like a reality show
She's
kind of
doofy
thing.
as fuck.
She was dumb
Right.
as fuck.
Yeah,
dumb
but
as hell.
is that how she's depicted in Space Jam?
No.
I'm saying like that's just not a
It's
take on
rebranding is what it
It's
is.
real.
It's a take on the character. If they're not going to use that moving
Right.
forward,
Right.
Take
So if
that
that's the
character
case-
with Pepe Le Pew and make
Right,
it different.
is what I'm saying. So that's what I don't understand, and that's what I don't see a rebuttal coming back for. You could have just rebranded the character.
Definitely, you could do that with any animated character.
Right? They're animated. They're not real.
Like, I feel like if Johnny Bravo was to make a comeback, they
thinking
would
the
have
same
to
thing.
put him
Yeah,
into
Johnny
like
Bravo would be completely
rehab.
different.
Right. It would be completely different character if they tried to redo Johnny Bravo. You can't make that same character in this culture anymore. That's understandable because we don't view people like that. Well, we still do, but not as open. I guess if that's the case.
And how far are we going to take this? Are we going to take the Kanker sisters off air too?
okay.
Why
but
wouldn't we
see,
take them
why-
off?
They're
That's
the
what I'm
same,
saying. It's
but
not.
They're
It's,
women. They're the same. They're doing the same shit, ain't they?
no.
They are
They're not.
They are trying to fuck with the Ed boys.
They trap them in their home.
just
It's
to
sexual
date them.
harassment. It's all the same.
That is sexual harassment.
Sexual
Damn.
harassment
Now
is
you
all
think
the
about
same.
it, they're kind of worse than than Pepe Le Pew. No, I want
I
to.
wouldn't
They're
say
on the
that.
same
I honestly
level.
feel like we should also
Same
be careful
level.
with the way
Same
that
level.
we're approaching this argument. Because there's a reason for why they did it, and if
Right.
that's why they feel like that should have been done that way, it's like I said, it wasn't a petition. It wasn't a petition for that.
Right. And I have no problem with what the company did, but the company only did so based off of cancel culture because it wasn't brought to their. They
It wasn't based off cancer culture.
Okay, what happened?
Because there was, again, as he was stating, there was nobody calling for Pepe Le Pew to
just
be
did it.
canceled. They just did it.
That's
They
weird.
took that initiative on their own.
that
Just
was
as, like the whole same thing with Mr. Potato Head. Nobody asked for them
I
to
don't
drop
care
the
about
Mr.
Mr. Potato Head.
But
That's-
I'm using that in
Yeah.
reference.
I feel
They
you, I feel
dropped
you.
the Mr.
Well,
Yeah,
uh,
it's just Potato Head now, just so that they can sell more.
No. People got pissed off at them, so they put the Mr. back on it now.
I thought they, Well, anyways, I was told that they took it off.
Why?
The main reason because it's just it's a potato. It really doesn't need a gender, as well as they could sell it as both a Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Right, you were gonna get more parts in the box to make
Right.
a potato family. It
Right,
wasn't gonna
right,
be like
right.
a Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Right.
Just to kind of be more gender fluid.
Right.
And then everybody got upset, and so they put Mr. back on it. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Who the fuck
doesn't.
is buying a potato head anymore?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I don't know a jit that owns a potato head in this
Did-
fucking era.
if
Did y'all own one?
yes,
If it,
I actually did.
I did have one, but
I did.
I
Yeah.
did not.
even
I think it was like a
still-
prerequisite black toy.
It's,
I like
y'all-
this,
Y'all had
uh,
to have Steve Harvey to play
No,
with.
Spud Harvey.
He did look like Steve Harvey.
Spud Harvey was in this bitch 100%, and I loved it 100%. Spud Harvest was his name. Spud Harvest. But not like, because it's not, it would be different if something had happened and it was brought into their attention about, oh, damn, Pepe's doing this. But if you look back, it's been a consistent thing as it is. They think it's a problematic depiction. Don't be surprised you don't see Speedy Gonzalez anymore. Same type of reasoning.
And that's why I'm like, I'm surprised that Speedy isn't gone. Like,
But it's like
this dude
it's a
tried to
word.
tell me that because in Spanish, the Spanish is normal. No, the fuck it's not. I've had Lucas watch one of those episodes and tell me that the Spanish is bullshit. So that's how I know it's bullshit. You can't just change the translation and keep the bullshit Spanish.
Right.
Yeah, everything's the same there.
That's
I like how
fucking
Sally's
insane.
still rocking with us. Thank you, Sally.
Sally's
how do
not
you-
rocking. Where did she go?
No, she shows it over here, right? Engagement, Sally.
Engagement. Yeah, she did that before she left.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Sally.
What she said?
She just gave us a heart.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a little nice.
No, there's still somebody in here.
Yeah, Lynn. I can't see Limick. 64.
Damn. So that's why they pulled Aristocats then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
Chinese,
Aristocrats
the
was-
Chinese
yeah.
cats,
The Chinese
Siamese
cats.
cats.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because
Chinese
it's
cats.
No,
offensive.
They're Siamese cats.
It's
It
so
is,
offensive.
but you could
Yeah.
rebrand it.
That's not rebrandable.
Also,
that's not rebrandable.
you can
got them
definitely rebrand
You
that.
got them talking like
just don't use
cartoonish
that.
depiction of them.
Yeah,
like
just don't use
Well,
that.
all right. So
Don't have them say that.
here's the other
retire
thing.
the
though.
character. Okay, the reason I think that they do that as well, and I'm sorry to even cut you off, is because you know, you can say they're being sensitive or whatever, but it's associated with that already. You don't have to rebrand the character. It's not like we have to fix his character reputation. It's just like, you know what, we're admitting that we made a mistake in the way that we came about the portrayal of this character or the portrayal of anything that we did, and we're just gonna retire it so as to not incite any more like problems in the future, which is being proactive instead of reactive.
Well, see, first of all, that was the whole thing with him was brought up years ago, and they just kind of never did anything. So I feel like it still would be reactive, but with this, it's not like they're putting Aristocats in the theaters. It's not like
I would love to see a live action Aristocats though.
I would too, but
The
before we
geese?
get into that though,
Oh, okay.
like they're not making. They're making movie or money off of it because they're still selling DVDs or whatever like that. They're probably gonna have it on Disney Plus, or maybe they might take it off now. But there's no point in canceling that movie. That movie came out in like 1950s.
Yeah.
And all Pepe Le Pew's old shit is 1950s, 60s as well.
So like I don't understand the process on doing that. You should also do it to Lady and the Tramp as well for the Siamese cats. But here's my thing, all right?
I thought that was Aristocats that had the Siamese.
No, they had the one Siamese cat.
I thought they had a whole song.
No,
They
the
did.
Siamese cats did in Lady and the Tramp. Siamese, if you please. But in Aristocats, it was
I thought that was Aristocats that had.
no, Aristocats was Ching Chong Bing Bong Bong. That one.
That is what he said.
He did that
Something
part,
along the lines
and-
of Suzuki, Honda. Yeah, Jesus
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
It was bad.
So
That's hilarious.
It's bad.
here's my thing
Oh
though.
God.
That movie takes place in England. That cat is from England. Why is that cat? He didn't sound Chinese. Now that I think about it,
He did not.
he only made Chinese depictions.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like there's not a need to rebrand it. There's just with that what they did is they removed it from the kids profile in Disney Plus, which is understandable. But it's like that this movie reflects from a viewpoint where these things were still okay. Like it was perceived to be okay. Like that the disclaimer was fine in that regard. But for that and that just for the, okay, like we're not going to redo this, but you wouldn't do the disclaimer.
We're
were
listening.
listening.
We're
We're
sorry.
listening,
Like, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? There's just a lot going on over here.
You wouldn't do the disclaimer and then continually do the same shit. Then what was the point of doing the disclaimer? You know?
You know Keisha.
You definitely know Keisha.
know Keisha. Mark.
I'm huge.
Oh my god.
You know Keisha, Marcus.
Nah.
Making all that damn noise. But yeah.
But
Yeah,
I just feel like it's stupid
so
to
my
do
question's
that
not
with
gonna get
Aristocats.
answered.
I didn't. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't hear that question
what
part.
question?
Sorry, it was a lot going on over here.
I
Sorry.
was hoping that you guys did hear it 'cause I didn't want to forget it. But
Did you forget it?
no,
Oh,
I remember
okay.
it because I was like, damn, I forgot it. Let me remember it again. But I was like, son of a bitch. But no, I was like, what would be the perception if they did the disclaimer and then they kept using that same person like moving forward? That's different.
Yeah, that's different.
But like the way that they did it was fine. So you wouldn't rebrand it. Be like, okay, this cat's made a full recovery. We put him in sensitivity training. He's not gonna do this shit no more. It's like, you know what? We're not gonna use this one moving forward because some people still you might have got offended. You might not got offended. People are not you, and a lot of people did.
I
get
know
offended. Same thing with the whole Mulan movie. People think it ruined the movie. I'm like,
I don't feel like I still haven't seen Mulan yet. By the way, I still been meaning to watch that, but I don't feel that they were wrong about that.
No, not at all.
The Chinese demographic were upset about how Mulan was being depicted. They wanted something a little bit more, like
Yeah,
a
but
little
that
bit
was
more
history,
actual.
though, wasn't that?
Yeah, it
Wasn't
was-
actually her character. It was just like
it's
the
not.
laws of
It's
the
not history. It's like a poem.
Yeah.
Yeah, based
The
off
ballad-
whatever
it's called the Ballad of Mulan.
Yeah,
Right,
you know,
right,
whatever
right.
it's based off of. Whatever.
Right.
whatever
So
it's
Mulan's
actually
not a
based-
real person?
No,
It's based off of whatever.
Yeah, whatever
tale
particular person.
they had.
Yeah, I don't think her real name was Mulan.
She's not. No. She's not a real person at all. She is a myth through and through. The Ballad of Mulan was basically a folk tale.
Wow. I thought it was a
legend.
real person. I feel like Mulan was trash though. Like the remake though, not just because of they changed it from what it was. I just feel like the story wasn't good. I feel like the animation wasn't really good, like the CGI and shit like that.
Feel you.
I just thought it was lackluster at best.
True. Yeah, that's just my whole thing about the whole cancel culture game. It's just I understand certain things, but I would prefer it just be things that are actually prevalent to this day. Like,
I feel like you shouldn't call it cancel culture.
It's not. Yeah, I agree with that. It's not cancel culture. At
So
that
then,
point
what do you want to call
Pepe Le
it?
Pew.
Then? So just viewpoints of people? Is that what we just want to generalize it as, or what do you?
I mean,
cancel culture is whenever like
that's
the
pitchforking
culture.
it. You're pitchforking at that point. It's like the
so
wish
I'm
trial.
asking.
No, we're not saying anything. I'm just I wouldn't know what we would call it. I'm just saying it's like.
I know what we wouldn't call it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we wouldn't call it
So-
cancel culture because it's
So-
a negative
There's one
depiction.
instance.
So these petitionings of people wanting to have things removed from the media or whatever you want to call it.
That didn't happen with any of the things that we talked about, though. That's
Which is
why
the
we're
whole
saying
point.
we
The
wouldn't
why we
call
came-
it cancel
yeah, we
culture.
wouldn't. We're not calling
So
it
the
cancel
things
culture.
that you're
Right.
referring to, if there are petitionings happening and saying like no, remove this down, like the fucking Gen Z kids trying to cancel fucking Eminem, that's cancel culture. That would be them coming together and saying like no, we need to cancel Eminem for this and this and this.
And what is Eminem being canceled?
For his lines in Monsters with Rihanna.
No, it was
Something about tying her
Love
to
the
the
Way
bed
You
and I'll
Lie.
set this house on fire.
Love the way you lie.
Oh, I love the way
If you ever leave me again, I will tie you to the bed and set this motherfucking house on fire.
Yeah. I remember
Out
that
of
line.
all songs, that one.
Out of all songs, he has a whole song about raping his mom, and that's
yeah.
the song.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Beating his
Yeah,
wife.
no,
or
but it's like,
girlfriend,
but
whatever
even
it
then,
was.
it's nah, man. Don't even get me started. Em's so fucking corny. I think he's so corny. But that's what I'm saying. When it comes to cancel, like that's just the way someone decided to do those together. To just throw those together to create people to. It's easy to hook. It's like, oh damn, bro,
Right.
we can't think this, we can't think that, we can't have a chief, we can't have a racist Indian chief as our fucking mascot anymore. That's crazy. And we're in Ohio, like it's like that. People are. There are real change that needs to happen. When this world was built, like it's so much bullshit that happened with all of it, and it was never okay.
Right.
But the people who would be against it weren't able to have a voice. And I feel like cancel culture is taking away from that because people are always magically putting everything to that, and it's like I don't want this to change. I want this to stay as it was. You don't touch this, you're gonna fuck this up. Don't do that, you're gonna fuck this up. And it's never gonna be just I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this. Like it's not my representation. It's like people are gonna feel some type of way, but you really have to look at it from a perspective of. They're not the people who are justified in feeling the way are being belittled by the people who don't feel that way, who are just saying it to be trendy, who are just being hypersensitive to everything. Like everything. Like if that fucking cat called you a nigger, would you want to have that cat in another thing? One, that'd be fucking hilarious. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had never heard a cat speak a word, and the only word that a cat would speak would be nigger, I wouldn't even doubt it, only because cats are assholes. I would completely believe that. But I digress.
You done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You just digressed and
Yeah,
just
you-
fucking fizzled out.
And there was no fizzle though. There was an abrupt stop. It was
Just straight,
I realized I've been talking about it. I didn't want to do that.
straight flatlined on us. But yeah, okay. Well, then if it's not okay, I understand that it's not cancel culture. I still feel that removing things from the past is just ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because then you're eliminating what was, and that's why Looney Tunes had a good way of going about it by putting that
Right.
warning on there by saying, like these were depictions of the past, and just like he said about Aristocats. So Aristocats the same way, Looney Tunes the same way. They're just not going to be making any more Pepe Le Pew things, or
Right. And I'm just saying, yeah, and I understand that, and that's what I mean, like canceling or removing. Sorry, not canceling, removing or retiring an entire character is ridiculous.
But what if
it's a tertiary character at best.
not
though.
even
It's
that?
that
What
too.
if it's
But then if that's the case, then there's quite a few tertiary characters. In the Looney Tunes. Yeah, tertiary. Sorry.
I feel like all
I feel like I also fucked up that word.
Bugs
though.
and Daffy should be left.
Wait, no, but like I think okay,
Droopy.
it's easy to also think that maybe they're looking at it from a perspective of they're alienating a potential fan base, because it could be construed as Pepe Le Pew.
Somebody tried to tell me that people idolize Pepe Le Pew, and I've never believed that in my fucking life.
I used to.
You used to
Not idolize, but like, all right. So here's the thing.
Okay. Yes, please explain.
I thought whenever it comes to term and romance, the two people that I always thought about would be Pepe Le Pew and Gomez Adams. But now, as an adult, I realize that Gomez Adams is the right way to do it, and Pepe Le Pew is the wrong way to do it.
Dark way to do it.
Not the right dark way, but he
love.
truly loves his.
Like a
he's a
love.
simp.
Yeah.
He's a simp for his wife, and that's what it was.
I think that we should stop using simp too.
I feel like we shouldn't. I think simp is a good term.
But what I was saying, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget.
Okay, yeah, bet. Nice.
We have the technology. We're not cavemen.
We could rebuild.
Maybe he could be seen as a caricature of French people, and people can take that as being people would be offended at that. True. They're trying to eliminate that. They don't want people.
Foghorn Leghorn still in cartoons?
But that's the thing.
He's not French.
He's
Kentucky Fried.
He's a country southern ass. Like what if southern?
But okay, you can tell. You know this. People actually talk like that. That's not a cartoonish depiction of the South.
People actually talk with a French accent as well.
People talk like
It's
that
not
with a French accent.
It's not, no. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
The way that he's depicted is honestly, he's just an ornery old chicken hawk.
Yeah, but they didn't show Pepe Le Pew as an offensive
he wasn't
term
offensive.
of like a French person though.
No, I'm saying,
and I'm not even saying to me or anything like that. There was nothing outside of what he did, whether or not he be French or not, could still be construed as bad. But as a French person, he didn't do anything that was like specific to French people. Like there was nothing like it's not like, I'm gonna smoke a pipe and
Smoke a baguette.
Right, smoke a baguette. Like he didn't do shit like that. He didn't shit on the French at all.
But that's okay from your perspective.
All right.
It's all a matter of perspective. There's like they're doing it in the sense that they don't want it to be a problem. They don't want it to be conceived that way. Because like I said, just because you don't remember, Teddy don't see color. He gray.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So did you see it that way?
Which what?
As offensive.
I'm not French. I can't speak upon
somebody
it. I can't speak upon it because I am not French.
Okay.
It's not a matter of that. I'm saying like it's not.
So then, if we're not speaking on it as you being French, do you know someone who was French or of French descent who was upset by that?
No, but that shouldn't matter at all. That shouldn't even factor into the conversation whatsoever because that's not about what we think. There's a lot more people.
It's
than
not about
just us.
what we think. It's about what they think, and that's why I'm asking. Do you know someone? Okay.
I don't,
So
but
it's
I've never been to France. Like, You see what I'm saying? Like, it is potential. There is that factor that could be taken into consideration.
But then, if that's the case, even still, when we were of a lack of voice in previous years, different ethnic groups, we knew that the Chinese felt offensive about Mulan. Why was it not known back then that the French were upset with Pepe Le Pew? I know no article that does that. Or has anybody ever found an article that said the French find Pepe Le Pew some type of way? Because then that would be being able to stand against your argument then if that's the case.
I don't
Correct?
think the French like Americans, period.
Right,
Also,
correct.
wait,
correct.
but
I
that-
can understand that. Right.
You also run a very thin line with that because that also runs the same thing as like, well, I know black people who don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right.
When it comes to shit like that, so that doesn't matter.
Right, but then there will be two sides then. So then I know the side that doesn't. Is there a side that is?
So
then if that's the case,
There has to
think-
be intrinsically.
correct. And that's what I'm asking. Is there something we can pull up that proves this? Because I've always known that the Chinese have had an issue with Mulan.
So-
I have never heard of an instance to where the French did not like Pepe.
But why
Le
does
Pew.
that matter?
It matters in the sense of the
why
character
he's-
being removed.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Did the French population find it
Thank
offensive?
you,
Is what
because
he's
you
trying to
said
get to
it
because you're
could.
saying that they could.
Yeah, as a potential. But
Right, and that's potential for the future moving forward. I'm asking about from when he was created moving forward. Has it been an issue? Not from now moving forward. From when he was created moving forward, has there ever been an issue?
So apparently, no.
Okay.
French people kind of just thought that he was Italian. And I think that's even hilarious. But no, so and that was just mainly like one person's point of view who was writing the article. So, you know, it's still their point of view.
Right.
But in terms of where it could be offensive is just if we were trying to say that French people normalize rape culture. That's where you could find it offensively.
Yes.
But that is not how the
case.
French really took it. And what he is still trying to say is that, like, there were articles, there were things from, you know, people in China who were saying that Mulan is offensive. We do not like this. There has been nothing at all. And they translated all those cartoons in French and then fucking sent, launched them in France. Like, apparently Looney Tunes was very heavy over there. And so, nobody found it offensive.
Thank you.
You know,
so that's why I don't understand the removal of the character. That's what I don't understand.
I don't have a horse in this race. I don't really give it. Like, I just don't think it matters left or right, up or down.
Right. I understand where you don't, but it does in a sense because then the removal of the character makes none. Because then you're thinking of a hypothetical situation of where it could become offensive. That shouldn't be the case. There should have been some form of instance for this character to have a reason to be removed, instead of what's been going on in the world lately. And then they're like, you know what? We already have an issue with our old cartoons anyways. Let's just go ahead and get him out the way. You know? That's now how the world has been viewing things, shaped that perspective for them to make that move. They never made that move any further. They never made that move back then. It never came up in an article to where they had to defend themselves against this. Disney has had to come up in articles to defend themselves against Mulan. Like, these are facts at this point. So that's why it matters. Because the facts. Yes, no, okay, all right. Fuck all y'all, I guess. All right, shit.
I'm on both sides of the fence. So,
That's
like,
fine.
Like,
That's
I'm just
fine.
pointing out like both things.
You have been pointing out both things. Yes.
I agree on both sides. Like, ultimately though, I do feel like they could still use Pepe Le Pew. They just have to change the way that he was. Don't normalize rape culture, and that's why, like, when they did it in the Bugs Bunny show, he was a wedding planner. He was still about love.
Right.
And baguettes, but
Love and baguettes.
but he was a wedding planner. You know, they switched it up. So I thought that was just, you know, really a really good way about going and doing it.
Right. He's still about his love, but he just took it a different route.
Right.
You know? See, and I feel like that was subtle.
Yeah.
And something that could have been done. And most of the time, he thought that bitch was a skunk anyway. So I'm not even finna go there.
That's where I'm at with it. At the end of the day, they were animals doing animal things.
Right.
That animal thought this animal was the same species and was confused because she smelled too. She smelled like a skunk. She was giving off the pheromones. So it's like, bro, he's an animal. He's an animal.
You know how she gave off those pheromones?
Like that.
She fell in trash most of the time.
Yeah, I know how she got there, but he
Right.
doesn't know none of that. He just thinks it's a skunk giving off the pheromones.
Right.
Yeah. So
I was like, an animal love isn't fucking beautiful, bitch. Like, most of the time, bitch, some of these niggas rape they women to get their sex done. Like, it's not all consensual in the animal kingdom. Like, why are y'all upset about animals trying to force themselves on another animal?
I'm not okay with anything you said in that past few sentences.
Huh, are you not?
I'm not.
And why is that, Teddy?
Because you're trying to normalize rape culture.
I
don't
am
appreciate
so
you at all.
not trying to normalize rape culture in the slightest. I'm just being real, because one of my homies brought this up too. It's like, they're animals mating. That shit wasn't fucking love and rainbows. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand it's a cartoon and they have to downplay it. They did downplay it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't literally grab her. Like, he didn't rape her, man. Like, he literally tried to express his affection, hoping it would have been reciprocated. It just wasn't, because she's like, nigga, it's a fucking skunk, bitch, get away from me, nigga. Like, that's really all it was. There are episodes, a couple at least, where she even fucking is all over him.
That's the end of every episode.
Right, that's damn
literally the end of every episode.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. It always starts out one way, and then it always turns around another way.
Yeah.
So why is this one character removed? Yeah, I know. It's okay. Yeah, I know. Nobody knows. That's what I want to get understood, and that's what I don't understand, and I can't find anybody to explain something to me that makes that understandable.
That's because you don't care. You
No.
don't want to understand it.
No, that's not it.
Because if someone's okay, I think someone's saying, well, that could be considered defensive. Find me someone that is offensive. That's an unnecessary.
Right. You don't need to find
That-
somebody to be able to relate to something and understand. It's called
You
empathy
really
and compassion.
don't like.
If that was the case, I could just be like, well, since say if I didn't have any black friends, I'd be like, nah, man, fuck black people. Like that's how it would be.
Like-
And that's kind of the way that it goes with white racists.
But also,
It's like kind of the way they don't have black friends, so fuck them.
because the other thing about it too is you were
Catholic priests.
but you were asking why it was done and all this other stuff, but you even you understand why it was done. You do, because you were saying it's like they did this because of how it's perceived today in today's society. It's like, okay, like you understand how this could have been. There's a logical point there that's a train of thought that you could follow to completion.
Yes.
Because you see that the potential for it. Just because you don't completely agree with it doesn't mean you can't disregard it at that point.
I just don't.
Also, you got to
see-
think that like they're not making this for you.
I don't see the harassment.
That's fine. You're a dude, and it doesn't matter. It's like I'm
I
saying,
feel
like
I see. I don't feel like it's because I'm a dude that I don't.
no,
see
no, no.
harassment.
I'm saying it's like it's okay that you don't, because it's not. There wasn't a decision made for Chauncey. It wasn't made for you. It was made for other people who like. I was looking at articles right now, and headlines to the articles: they canceled Pepe Le Pew and his rape culture, cartoon rape culture, is a thing of the past. Great. So that's one person there, right there. That's all right. Cool. This is better that it's being done like this. So there's people who are willing to think, I just don't want this to have this way. You don't have to be offended by it. Not much offends you. That's what I'm saying. So you're the outlier in this situation.
Right, not much offends me, but I usually can see both sides to the aspect of where I'm not seeing the aspect to where he invokes rape culture in regards to harassment, because there are multiple characters in multiple different cartoons that do the same tactics.
That they're probably going to go about phasing out too. But the thing is, what Pepe was doing.
Yeah, trying to show his love.
No.
So what he was doing, was trying to push himself on a girl that did not want him, and he would not take no for an answer.
He ain't know that girl won the skunk.
That doesn't matter.
She still said no.
She said no, and that's once the
Multiple times.
conversation's at no, that's it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to walk a tight line with this as it is, because this is such a traumatic and offensive thing for so many people in the world.
Crazy.
So it's like you really have to look at it from a perspective of, damn, I have no horse in this race. This has no bearing on me whatsoever. I completely get not like my opinion don't matter. I don't see it, but that I'm gonna have to just not see it. But you also can sit there and admit that that if someone else was to come to you, someone doesn't have to come to you to say, "Hey, I'm offended by this," for their feelings to be validated. You know that.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, again, there's a reason that it doesn't matter. It just don't. Rape culture grows.
Rape culture grows, yes.
So they don't want to, like, a lot of people. There are people who feel like that he incites it, even if it's not just the French depiction. I said that was just one angle. He is he's cringeworthy. Pepe Le Pew is. I ain't never been like, damn, this nigga's the funniest person in any other shows any other cartoons that he's in. He's an unnecessary character.
Kind of funny.
He's
The antics that go on through the episodes are still hilarious.
Still funny. I'm sorry. Like, I don't agree with what he was doing, but I still laughed.
No, I get that.
I still would laugh to this day.
I get that, but there are people who they can actually draw parallels to this, and it'd be problematic for them, and they don't want to. They don't think they should be made jokes about. It shouldn't be. They shouldn't have to deal with that. So if that's something that they're trying to, if the company is looking at that being progressive, and it's like, damn, we have fucked up so much in the past. What can we do moving forward to address this? And it's not a rebranding type shit, because that's not what some people want. They don't want it to just be rebranded. It's better to just retire the IP.
Right, and that's where I guess I am.
That's where he loses sight of both sides, because he's still saying that you rebranded the character and it went well, so why can't you do it again?
Well, right.
Did it go well?
So where are the people? Right. Did it not go well is also my question. And then, who are these people that want that? I mean, not who are the people that want that. Just in general, who wants that?
People who have probably been sexually harassed or raped. Yes.
Like, come on, dog.
Probably those people.
No, I meant like when
Also,
he was
just in general, like the
rebranded. Well, not rebranded. When they changed his character because he was a wedding planner. Why did he have to be removed for that? Like, why did you want the removal of the character at this point when he no longer portrays this aspect?
That's where I'm at too.
That's where I'm lost at.
It's like, it's kind of, see, I understand where you're coming from, but like where it's like now, it's like they went back into the past of a cartoon character to get it canceled off of like old.
They didn't do that.
Then what did they do?
They did not go back and cancel it based on it. It's like, we're just not going to use him. Like, what's what I'm saying? So it's like...
So, alright, so not canceled, but removed. They went back into how he was portrayed in the past and removed him based off of that instance.
But rape culture. Like, the reason he was removed was rape culture.
Right, but then but those episodes aren't being removed, correct? Right.
I haven't seen an official compilation from Looney Tunes in a while.
I understand. But
do we have Paramount? Can we check that out on Paramount? Can we check that out on Warner?
I don't have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have anything. Like, I understand that you don't have any proof to state in the contrary, but you have no proof to state that the other side, that side that you don't have proof on, that you don't get. There's just as much proof in the other way. In the inverse.
Right, but that's what I'm wanting proof of.
Why?
Because you removed the
Chauncey,
character.
you're one person,
and I never stated that I wasn't. I'm just basing my opinion off of. You're basing a character's past off of the reason why you removed him moving forward, but before moving forward, he was not portrayed as that character anymore. Moving forward, he was removed based off of past cartoons, and from what I remember reading, they only said removed him going forward. That means that his old cartoons will still exist. So the character Pepe Le Pew will still exist in his old cartoons, but as a way he was depicted then, in the middle of his time frame, he was no longer depicted that way. Now he's removed. That's why, is what I don't get. He made a change from being that character, or they changed that character from being that way, obviously because they most likely had that thought. But prior, why did you fully remove him if you were already in the process of making him not that character?
It's probably easier. We don't know.
Right, and I understand that, and that's what I'm asking a question of wanting to know. I understand that you guys don't have the answers. I'm just giving you what I am looking for an answer for, because I feel the removal means nothing. And I understand to other people it means something. Why? That's why. That's what I want an answer for, or I would like some form of understanding for, I guess.
It perpetuates rape culture.
He perpetuated rape culture in the past, as like I stated, when they changed his character and redesigned him, he no longer portrayed that.
Yeah.
Why?
So the Looney Tunes show is not considered canon, right?
Ooh, the original.
I don't think there's like a canon.
I didn't know there was a
that's what I'm saying. So it's just one. It's that depiction of him was one depiction. It wasn't okay. This is how we're going to depict him in future projects.
So now there are two depictions
because but if the company's like, you know what, we're just going to eschew him altogether.
I understand what the company may do. I understand that aspect on where you're trying to go, but it still doesn't refute what I'm saying, because he was no longer that character, and prior to that there was a huge gap in between the Bugs Bunny show and that remake Looney Tunes, where Pepe Le Pew was not in it at all. So he pretty much fizzled out then. They really just brought him back, and then they redesigned him, and they could have kept him that way because he no longer portrayed the character that he was. Why does it matter moving forward if he no longer portrayed that character?
Are you also
He's
upset
not
because
portraying
Speedy Gonzalez, though?
Speedy Gonzalez, I don't even remember last time I've seen
because he was canceled.
Speedy was canceled.
Yeah, Speedy was canceled.
Yeah, then I'm upset about that too. But
Why?
why would you?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you're being upset about shit that doesn't pertain to you.
Right, but you're upset that I'm
not. No one. That's not being
right,
upset.
but you're raising your voice at me, and I'm really speaking casual about it. I understand that you're very passionate about it, but like
me raising my voice and me being passionate.
He is in Space Jam too, though. So like that's
Speedy
weird.
is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See,
So,
yeah,
but
that's
he,
weird.
he was canceled.
It's
He
not.
probably
It's
was
not
canceled,
me
like, right
feeling some
after
type of
or
way. Me
something.
being upset. It's no different than how we usually talk.
Right.
It's a weird way to highlight. It's a weird time to highlight it now because it's something that we always do all the time. It's like it's not unheard of for one of us to raise an octave. It doesn't have nothing to do with me being upset or anything like that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You're claiming that I'm upset. I'm not.
I didn't
really
say
upset.
that you were upset.
You didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, continue.
I'm saying that in the situation when it comes to this character as it is, it's like with them removing. Like, I don't think that it should be such a controversial topic.
Right.
I don't think that it should matter at all. It has no bearing on my life either way, whether or not Pepe Le Pew is put in anything. Right. So because it has no bearing on my life, me speaking upon it runs the risk. It runs the risk of diminishing what somebody else went through.
Who the fuck said Greg was coming up?
Marcus did earlier.
God, Jesus Christ. Bro, that nigga scared the fuck out of me. Oh, shit.
Somebody just came into the studio, guys.
Oh, man, bro. Walked all up behind my... Who the fuck?
That's fucking hilarious. So, apparently, though, Pepe Le Pew was going to have his own movie.
He was?
Yes, but you want to take a guess at why it was canceled?
I can understand why.
I could understand.
Not because of Pepe Le Pew,
okay,
but because the director was caught with sexual assault.
Huh.
That would have been a bad movie there.
Yeah, that would have definitely been a bad move.
Very
Bad move
right?
on his part. Bad move on his part.
So even in this situation, I guess just one time to go back to it.
What's up?
If you're wanting to have someone explaining as to why they're not, like why they're offended, then you can look at Amber E. George. She wrote an essay about it. Pride and Prejudice, exploring issues in queerness, speciesism, and disability in Warner Brothers Looney Tunes. Because it actually describes the actions. She gives a viewpoint to it being sexual harassment, stalking, and abuse, and notes that Pepe qualities mock the French people and their culture. So if you...
I'm not taking that from a white person. I mean, American is what I meant to say. About mocking the French people or anything like that, because the French don't have an issue with it.
That's fair.
So, like, I really don't care about how an American says that. But the part that got me in there was you said disability.
Oh my god!
Now I'm trying to think about which of the Looney Tunes were disabled.
Elmer Fudd.
I don't think he's disabled.
Elmer Fudd 100%.
He has a
is mental.
speech impediment.
Porky Pig has just a regular
right.
speech impediment. He has a stutter. The problem with Elmer Fudd is he is portrayed as a mentally handicapped person.
I never got that.
Shit.
That's crazy.
Watch it. Yes, 100%.
That's
The way that is, that's his general his diction and all that. It just speaks to him being mentally handicact.
Is that because he keeps being outsmarted by a rabbit?
No, like I said, that the part doesn't matter.
That part
you
doesn't
guys
matter.
you guys put we can't be ourselves to understand it.
All right,
I'm not though, but
No.
I just definitely don't
Understand.
even trying to think about it from not my point of view. I still don't see how there's not enough of Elmer Fudd to assume that he was mentally handicapped.
Not even
Right,
that.
because he was very capable.
It's a
of doing
cartoon, and
everything.
people are usually depicted as
dumb or stupid, or anything like
right.
that. Popeye.
There's a way to depict somebody as being stupid without being hurtful. If, again, just because you don't find it to be hurtful doesn't mean that somebody else didn't.
We get that.
Right.
We're trying to say from outside of our point of view, we cannot see where somebody else would find that.
Right. That's all
I
we're
just
saying.
don't. I just don't see how there's enough of Elmer Fudd to assume that he is mentally handicapped. He is mostly portrayed as a hunter,
Yeah, mostly.
hunting rabbit and duck.
No,
That is
hunting
it.
rabbits. Oh.
There's his speech impediment because he has a fucking lisp or something like that, and he can't say R's.
Can't say ours. For a shit.
The same shit as Porky Pig. So by those two standards, Porky Pig is also a mentally disabled pig, or maybe just an on-spot pig.
Right,
I don't know. I don't know pig.
Some people
intelligence.
don't like their stutters.
Pig
Some
stutters.
people don't like their stutters.
Some people don't. It's a pig stutters.
Pig stutters.
Anyways, but yeah, some people
So
don't like their stutters.
I just don't see how, because they're again, like, all right, so Peter Griffin has been confirmed to be mentally handicapped. They even called him retarded, which is not socially acceptable.
Speaking
But
of
that's
that,
you're
Family Guy,
talking about
Quagmire.
a show.
I'm sorry, is Looney Tunes not?
Are you gonna let me finish what I was gonna say? Because you're talking about a show with that shit supposed to be done like that.
Yeah.
It's all about shock humor. It's all about shit like that. They do shit like that on purpose. That's intentional. And you know that's intentional. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. And they've said that multiple times. That's why Family Guy has had one of the most tumultuous TV runs of all fucking time. Because of that.
So The Simpsons
was
is
South Park.
South Park is insane.
I'm saying one of.
Oh, okay. I was like,
So Family Guy
Simpsons-
follows...
Simpsons isn't shock value. Simpsons is just basically like just
Slice of
stupid
life
comedy humor.
Slice of
How
life
how about
Simpsons also not made by the same person.
no? But Simpsons also displays Homer as an idiot.
An idiot. And you said that they went on file to say that they made that Peter was mentally handicapped, right?
Yeah.
That's specific to the show. That's they did that because of the show that it is. They're not going to do that in The Simpsons because they're not saying that Homer is retarded. That's the point. That it's not on the nose like that on purpose. With Family Guy, that is on purpose.
Yeah, that's if we're comparing Family Guy and The Simpsons. I'm trying to compare Homer
In the
Simpson
same
to
sense.
Elmer Fudd.
And yeah, in the same sense, what you're saying, who's calling Elmer Fudd retarded in the show? Like, you saying they're not portraying Homer as being retarded. They're not outright saying that he's retarded. They're not saying...
But he does stupid shit all the time.
They're not saying... Nobody said Elmer Fudd outright in the show is retarded. Or stupid or dumb or...
I was like, if that's the case, then
mentally
every
challenged.
Looney Tunes character fucking stupid.
Right.
If that's the case.
Daffy Duck?
And here's the thing. I'm saying like it could be conceived as that.
Right.
I'm not saying that it is either. And you guys are coming like it is me saying that.
No, it's
No,
just that
but
you're
you-
giving us an option, so we're saying, okay, well then if that's the case, then we're just giving feedback on what you're saying. That's really all we're doing. We're just feeding off of what you're saying. We're not coming back at you in any type of way.
I feel like he's coming at us saying that, like, no, because you guys aren't seeing it from other people's views.
Which is
Basically.
that's something that you guys would have to be as an individual. You need to be checked on that because the only viewpoint that you're going to give a fuck about intrinsically is your own, because your viewpoint is the only viewpoint that's supposed to matter to you 100%.
Right.
But because of that, we're saying don't be closed-minded. We don't understand it. We don't get it.
Right.
We should
and
be
we're just
open and
making it
accepting
known
to
that
that.
we don't understand it.
Yeah,
That's
Right,
all
I'm not going to
saying.
blindly accept something.
Right.
I'm not
That's
saying
not being
blindly
open.
saying-
You are though, because I'm saying
I just said
how.
be open. I literally just said be open. You're saying I just said accept that. That's not what I said. No, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the one thing that I am asking you to do is to be aware of the fact, because it's not an opinion, that you're not aware of how somebody else might feel about this. That's a fact. That's not an opinion.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I'm just
and I'm
saying,
aware of that.
how would they come to that conclusion is what I'm saying.
Right. All we're saying is how. You just happen to give us a rebuttal when we say how. We don't expect anything back when we say how. We're just saying how. And you continue to give us something to feed off of.
Because
so
it's-
then if
it
that's the
sounds-
case, so then we're like, oh, okay, well then if that's how you're going to say it, then blah, blah, blah. But then this. Okay, well then if that's the case, that's pretty much just
That's all we've
basically,
been
that's
doing.
really all we've been doing this entire time. Like, we understand that we don't understand, but if you're going to give us a way to understand it or make up some form of hypothetical statement to how it could be portrayed, then this is our viewpoint on such hypothetical thing. That's all it is. That's really all it has been this whole time. Does God exist, guys? Do you guys believe that God exists?
Oh man, I
I'm not having
was
this
thinking about
conversation
this
with you.
yesterday though. I knew you wouldn't have this
I'm not having this
conversation.
conversation with you guys.
What?
No.
We're supposed to be open.
We have to be open, right?
We're
But
supposed
no.
to be
He's
Hell no,
Catholic
I'm not
and
doing that.
he's not.
I am not having this conversation. If I was going to have the conversation with you guys, it would be in a private setting, not on something like this. And first and foremost, the second of all, I don't want to have this conversation with you guys. I just don't. Please respect my viewpoint on that. I do not want to be a part of that conversation at all.
Three
No.
agnostics. Yeah, I believe them.
It's the diagnostics.
I said it's three agnostics.
Oh, that was like, is he a computer?
It's not even that. It's just like I don't feel like that's a conversation we need to get into. I just don't think.
I don't see why not. I don't see.
I really would like to see you guys' viewpoint. I don't see why we can't allow everybody else to see our viewpoint. It's just ours, just like how you've been saying. These are our viewpoints. So I don't see how, somebody can be upset with that.
I was actually literally just thinking about this yesterday, though. So it was kind of weird.
I've been watching a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson lately, so came up in the comments.
I thought you said Neil deGrasse. I was like, they came out with a new Degrassi.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But like, I don't know. I've always had like a conflicting thing of like scientific part of my brain versus like the 6 years that I spent in Baptist, church and shit like that, and how my mom raised me, of course, and shit.
Yeah.
But I always find it weird how. I would say that I believe in something. Okay. I wouldn't necessarily call it God or anything like that. And whenever people talk about like, oh no, like God doesn't want you to do that, I always tell them like that's not my God. Because like that's seriously how I feel. Like I feel like
because God is how you view it for your perspective. So yeah, technically it's like, well, my God doesn't see it that way, So yeah,
right. Like that's how I feel like a lot of people are, and then just there's the general mindset of like this is how the Christian God or the Catholic God or blah 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 whatever their gods view it.
Right.
But like I have an issue with the idea of God. As far as like the Christian God,
okay,
I don't feel like that's a good person to worship.
I feel you. Okay.
I just feel like in terms of like an all-powerful, all-knowing, like he's supposed to be merciful, but like he completely 40 fucking reigns and shit like that, left the fucking Hebrews out just because they didn't fucking worship him enough. Like that's how you pretty much what you're saying is you got to give something to get something back. But the whole point of the Bible is to say like, no, you should take that first initiative to be the giver first. That's what Jesus was about.
Right.
But in terms of like God, I just feel like that doesn't come across in the stories. And I feel like as an adult, the Bible has become more like a book of
guidelines.
Guidelines. Like it's a book of morals. It's like I've read other books growing up that were like, I remember whenever I was just learning to read, there was a whole bunch of like Sally threw a temper tantrum or some shit like that, and it was just about how to actually handle those type of situations. Don't fucking freak out and start throwing a temper tantrum. This is how you should be and act in society, and like that's how I feel the Bible is now. But at the same time, I feel like there's just no way that all of this could happen by happenstance, like in terms of life and shit like that. I feel like there has to be something out there that is pulling a string in some way, shape, or form.
I see what you're saying. So you believe like that there is some form of outer
not necessarily
manipulator or
not necessarily like that, being I believe it's more based off of energies. Just because energy that can never be created or destroyed. So I feel like whenever people die, they don't go to heaven or hell or anything like that. They just become energy. They may lose a little bit of like their personality or their individuality, but in terms of like
they will still be here in a sense.
They will still be here, right? So I feel like whenever something really bad happens or anything like that, I feel like that's just a mass of negative energy. Because those bad people are still there too. Right. They lose portions of their individuality, but overall and still general, like, what I'm saying, Hitler being one of the top bad names ever, his energy is still out there in the world. Right. And that culmination of other bad energies, fucking Hitler, Stalin, throw all of them in a fucking bubble together, you're going to get, a 9/11 type disaster. Not to fucking shortcome 9/11 into, some energy-based fucking destruction, but that's how I kind of feel. And I feel like it's also endless too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the universe in general. So it's whatever else is out there in the universe can come and interact on Earth or whatever like that. Right. But that's where I am at things.
True. What about you, Marcus?
I'm pretty much on the same lines. I never thought about energies like that, but I'm on the same lines where like religion and like science and kind of history are like all one and the same. Like when I'm to myself, I think about random shit all the time. Like I theorize or just think of shit, why things became. Like the other day, I was looking at a food dog. You know?
Yeah, Japanese food dog.
Chinese food dog. But fair enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's such a cool thing. Like, where would they have gotten like the idea, or like what would they have seen to, you know, think, yo, this is a god. Like, this is, you know, this is like some, you know, spirit animal that's out there.
Right.
And then I started looking at Tibetan mastiffs, and I was like, there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities to Tibetan mastiffs and food dogs. And I was like, maybe back when somewhere somebody seen this animal out of its natural environment, thought it was some type of god, and made an animal depiction of it. And I was like, that's where so I was like, everything is kind of explainable. I do like to believe that I don't know everything. So there's always a possibility that there's more out there. Like, I'm vampires, werewolves, zombies. Like, I haven't seen it, so I can't discredit it. You know, it's out there. Like, why? You know, people have come up with these ideas, but why?
I feel like vampires,
something had to have like fueled that inspiration.
Right. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
I think vampires exist, but deep beneath the sea. Because the sea is still like 89% still unexplored.
The sea vampires.
Think about it. There's no sunlight down there. They can get all the fucking fish blood that they wanted or whatever like that. And if you think about the old stories about sirens,
they don't have to breathe.
Like you think about sirens and shit like that. Like they would fucking swim up and then like lure, you know,
could be like
sailors,
some underwater city type shit.
They gotta worry about the sun.
They would probably fucking take these people or these sailors off the ships and then drink their blood if they wanted to or anything like that. Like that seems kind of logical, right? Like I'm just saying. And then Atlantis. It's just a city of vampires.
The city
Damn,
of vampires.
That's insane.
Crazy, right?
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ. Oh my God.
They don't turn in bats, they turn in octopi.
Yeah.
Octopodes?
There's this one book I want to read called
Jellyfish?
the Sacred Cross and the Mushroom.
Huh. What's that about?
So it's basically, I don't know how to, biography, I guess. But basically, it's taking like the tales of the Bible, and it's telling you that there's a lot of words that were in the original Bible that have been like
taken out
and rehashed or renamed. Like that, supposedly the original red apple wasn't an apple at all; it was a mushroom. And these people had these mushrooms, and they would eat them, and they would have these trips, and they would compare that to being enlightened or seeing God or everything. And then you had these other people that were trying to steal the mushrooms from them, so they kind of hid it and started like code wording it whenever they wanted to use them or stuff like that. And it's just supposed to be a really good book that kind of just like,
I think Jesus talked about it once.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to him about it too, but it sounds like an interesting book.
It sounds pretty cool.
You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
True. Well, my viewpoint on God, I believe there is a higher power. Pretty much just like how Teddy stated.
I've always wondered your viewpoint.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just because, like, whenever you talk a lot about like spirituality things, and you're friends with Shank and yeah, but you know they're very open and spiritual people, and you know I don't even know if they're really religion based or if they're just more based off energies and spirituality.
See, I can feel that. I can feel that, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So I've always wondered your viewpoint specifically.
My viewpoint specifically. I feel like my viewpoint it's like double sided. That's pretty much. I don't know if it's that Gemini in me or these 8 people in my head. It's one of the two, or a combination of both. So I do believe that there's a higher power. I don't know if we would call him God, but that's just the humanly word that we gave it, I guess, you know. I feel like we're all talking about the same person pretty much in all religions. I don't know about Hindu because they got multiple, so I feel like they just broke everything down a little bit more simpler.
It could be gods, man.
Yeah,
and I like that too.
It's the
I
same
like the
person.
fact, you know.
In Hindu religion, it's the same person.
Yeah, I had a feeling, but it's like, you know, there's like multiple. I'm like, yeah, they're all like...
They're all just different iterations of the original God, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel that too.
You quiet over there, mister. I'm not going to talk about this. You sit out of this conversation. You don't give no tidbits. I don't want no Lucas. I don't even have an L.
Lollies.
Yes, I don't know.
It'd be Lucas's lore.
There we go. I don't want none of that. But yeah, I feel like we're all talking about the same person. It's just we just all had a different name form wherever he presented himself,
Different
or
experience.
or pretty much, because like everybody believes the whole Pangea thing. I don't know if it's
yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it's a belief or it actually was real, and you know what I'm saying. It's a little
we don't
combination
know.
of both, I guess.
I'm
So
pretty sure that was real. That was
they
confirmed by science.
It was confirmed by science.
Yeah.
Science is iffy as fuck. Though.
Science is fact until proven otherwise.
Exactly. It
Science
definitely is.
Never
It's
fact.
Prove otherwise.
It's always, hey, this is the results we got, so this must be right until we find other results.
Yeah.
Fact until proven
It's not
otherwise.
fact. It's like those.
He's basically saying fact isn't subject to change.
Right. Fact is subject to change at all times.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Facts are not subject. Fact is like that happened.
Right.
That's
That's
without a
guaranteed.
doubt. It is guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a
Not in science.
hypothesis.
Nothing
until
in science is
proven.
guaranteed.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
nothing
feel
in
you on
science is
that.
guaranteed.
Yeah, because somebody always tries to come later on and disprove something, and usually they do.
Usually they do.
To our ultimate knowledge, this is fact.
No.
Whatever.
To our ultimate knowledge, this is what we believe.
The one fact is that there are no facts.
Right. The one fact is that there are
Right.
facts.
Until proven otherwise.
The only fact is that everything is
Not a fact.
changing. So there is no facts because everything's changed.
Right. But yeah, it's just a different depiction. If there was Pangea, if we are saying that was proven real, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it was.
Could've been.
Hey man,
There's a lot of science
can
leaning
look at
towards it being real.
right. And I don't keep up with everything like that, so I apologize for my ignorance on that. But then there was God, and then we were all on one particular world at one time. We all disbanded. The customs changed to how we wanted to have things depicted throughout history or whatever, based off of our climate, region, whatever the fuck the case may be, and boom, that comes up with everybody's viewpoint of God. I don't really know, but though, because I do know that, but I'm just saying, nothing's really can be proven. Everybody has like their instances, like I know that I've met God. God came to me or presented himself in this fashion. He doesn't have a physical form, or if he did have a form, it was in the image of something else or myself or something like that. So then wouldn't that just be the conscience? If that's the case, wouldn't that just be like the inner self, coming to a realization or something like that? I don't know how that would work. So
that's my feeling on it.
Yeah,
because when we pray, you were praying to God, but we're also we're talking ourselves through something.
We're building a channel through ourselves to
Yeah.
basically put this in the universe to try to make these things happen.
That's where I get the energy portion of it as well. It's it's based off of like an energy portion thing, and then you can start to pull on those good energy strings to get that.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it's all kind of like just one thing.
Right. So then, if that's the case, then in the sense that then we're all technically God.
Yeah,
You know what
of
I'm
our
saying?
own
Like
life.
of our own.
Yeah.
We're the God of our own life. We are the ones self-aware who make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we are aware of us, and we know how to get shit done. Basically. So I don't know. What's your viewpoint on consciousness? I know we don't have much time longer, so do you see that there's a difference between being conscious and being self-aware?
Yes. Just because conscious just means that you're awake, you're breathing, you're going about doing your life, you're going to work, you're raising your kids, you're going and shopping groceries. But being self-aware is a little bit more detailed.
It is.
I feel like it's just being more of like who you are as a person, how you affect other people around you. I feel like it's more like a community-based thing.
Right. Just like how we had that whole conversation a couple weeks ago about the animals. Like, if we came to an animal and say you're a donkey, I'm a donkey. Like, what I'm saying? Because they're not
self-aware.
Yeah.
Right. They're conscious, but they're not self-aware. You know what I'm saying? So animals don't know what they are technically.
They
I
do.
understand that.
They do.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're in a different conversation. Now come back, Lucas.
No. The animals 100% know what they are.
No, I said this is a different conversation. No, we're not talking about God anymore. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Lucas.
So,
what is your lore on this?
Like a dog knows that it's a dog, though?
We call them dogs. They have their own things for it.
I don't think they do.
I understand.
They 100% do. Dogs communicate with each other. Would they not have ways to determine that? Just because we call things like I remember our brain named itself.
Body language.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He'll be
Like,
full of shit all the time. It's made his eyes are the color that they are, not brown.
They're not brown.
It is amazing your eyes are the color that they are and not brown.
Yeah, they're not brown.
Because of how much shit you're full of.
But
right.
I feel like animals communicate based off. I mean, like outside of like dolphins and shit like that.
Right. That's why I didn't. Okay,
The
sorry.
dolphins rape people.
We're not going that. No, stop.
You gotta
No,
stop.
no,
You gotta stop.
You say nice facts about dolphins.
No,
I have nice
dolphins
facts
are
about
not
dolphins.
okay.
No, it's not that.
Dolphins
It's not that.
are not
No.
okay.
I just feel like I don't want us to be known as that podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
Like,
I'm talking
stop.
about.
Like,
I don't give a fuck if it's true.
I
or
got
not.
some nice facts about dolphins. Did you know
up,
that
Cat?
killer whales,
Okay.
orcas, are actually dolphins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Large dolphins.
Yeah.
And dolphins
Dolphins.
are,
Large dolphins.
I wouldn't call them the predators because they don't eat them, but dolphins will fuck up a shark.
Yeah.
They,
It's smarter.
it's because they can swim better.
But back to my whole thing about the
Because their
self-awareness
tail is
thing,
up
though,
and down versus side to
because
side.
I don't know if dogs know. I understand that you have your viewpoint. I was like, I don't know if they do. Like, I understand that they understand the similar sound being something of their particular genetic code or something, but I wouldn't say that they know that yes, that is a dog. Because there's like cats that grow up with dogs and think they're fucking dogs and they're fucking cats. So it's like I don't really know if they know who they are.
I feel what you're saying, because when you see I understand what you're saying, because there's some dogs they'll look in the mirror and they don't realize that is them, and I feel like that's part of being self-aware.
Right.
It's like,
I think that's a part of some dogs are stupid.
That also as well, yes. But that also
That
comes
happens
into
with all
place
animals,
of
though, by
being
the way.
self-aware, though. Like they're able to look at themselves, or like you be able to define who they are, and we technically don't know, or basically have a way to determine if they do.
They do,
I
though.
feel.
Marking of territory.
Yes, yes.
That's based off smell and shit like
But
that.
no. Because they don't speak to us.
Right,
But they are
right.
the scent 100% is this is my scent. This is a different scent that's not mine. My instincts are telling me this is a
of this type of like of
a
something
predator
of mine.
or
yeah.
this they
Yes.
they don't like they may not have a word for dog, but they know what a dog is.
They just know it's not them, though. They know it's not their territory.
They can tell
Like-
differences and things like that. Because I
I don't know if they can, so that's why.
And
I'm
the
like-
other thing is there are other dog breeds that are fucking super intelligent. That
Yeah,
are
like
real good.
bloodhounds that know how to hunt, like
Yeah, like-
rabbits, shit like that. But
Rabbits.
it's all based off of like sense and shit.
I feel like they are 100%. They're as aware of themselves as they need to be.
Right. And I can understand that, but that's I was like, well, just based off of the human terminology of what it means to be self-aware.
You know who I do believe it is? Octopuses.
Octopi.
They fucking scare me.
octopus?
I'm so afraid of octopi.
No,
Octopodes.
octopi is not right.
Octopodes.
It's octopodes.
Octopodes.
Octopods?
Yeah, octopodes.
Pods, what?
Squads.
Podes. Octopode.
But like they fucking scare me, dude. They're too intelligent to just be out there, man. I am not okay with them at all. And this is like if they became self-aware, I would absolutely become racist against octopodes. Like
They are self-aware.
I mean, like I know that they're self-aware, but like if they developed a community, I'm not cool with them at all. Like they need to, if they can talk to me and be like, yo, we're not gonna fuck you, we're not gonna fuck you up or anything like that. We're cool with you. Then I'm a little bit better. But the fact that I can't
You
communicate with
blindly
them,
believe an octopus?
I would.
I wouldn't, because that's what the octopus wants you to think. It's gonna lull you into a sense of a.
No, but like if they can't speak to me, I'm immediately racist against them. Just
You guys are
because I
problematic,
can't communicate with them.
But you don't speak Japanese.
I'm not
You don't
racist.
speak Korean.
No,
You
but
don't speak Cantonese.
I can still communicate with them.
You
Though.
don't speak French.
Body language. I can't. I can't. We have different bodies, slightly. Just because, like, my body also looks ugly. So does theirs. But
is that where that was going?
I look more like a crustacean without a shell.
Zoidberg?
Yes. But I
Michelin Man?
now you're just being hurtful.
Jabba the Hutt.
Wow.
So that's the way that you're going.
Right, I
with
feel-
it. You're getting wet like Zoidberg. Michelin Man. I feel like there was steps you could have taken in between that.
But like,
He mentioned the caterpillar with the wing.
yeah, I'm just
Beautiful butterfly.
There we go. Oh y'all.
I'm not cool with octopus sauces.
So
An
would you add those to
octopossum.
your fears?
Yeah,
Get a suction cup on you, bro. He never let go.
I would never want to.
My boy
ever
would never
fucking
let
deal
go.
with that,
Bro,
bro.
that's a fear of mine. Like a devil. Is it
Tell
that
you to get
get
pieced
into a
the fuck
fight
up
with
by-
an octopus? I'm fucked.
You know what
They're
I wish
all muscle.
they would have done?
Right, they are straight muscle.
I wish that they would
all
have.
muscle.
I wish that they would have had the
Fucked.
octopus like if in like an anime or something use Muay Thai. I feel like it'd be the most apt. It's the fighting style of like the 9 limbs.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hidden person with like 3 elbows.
At the same time.
3 tentacles at the same time before an elbow. That'd be insane. So yeah, man. I know we gotta call it short because Marcus said he
Yeah.
had to leave. So
Marcus has mommy
I
time.
gotta call it short. Y'all can keep recording.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. I didn't want to.
What time you have to go?
I mean, y'all can keep recording.
He said tag him out. Greg.
Yeah, Greg, you want to hop in here?
No,
No,
man,
we're gonna go ahead and cut the live though. You can check out the rest of it though on our next episode.
Yeah. Come check us out next week. Sundays with the boys. Episode 5 will be out next Sunday as well. Also, episode 4 out. It is out right now. If you guys want to tune in and watch it on all major streaming sites, you know.
Don't
wherever
forget
you-
to like, subscribe.
Yeah, man. Do all that.
Comment, man. Comment.
Share.
I want to see interactions.
Right.
I want to speak to the audience.
Give us.
I don't
some
fuck
I
ideas.
y'all
get
niggas.
nothing.
Hey, someone. I do apologize. We're calling this podcast short. But yeah, tune in next week for Sundays with the boys. This is Chauncey signing out.
Teddy signing
Marcus,
out.
Signing out.
Lucas, it'll be somebody who has
I
seen.
didn't know we was doing signing out.
This,
He didn't have to.
we're going to be talking about Godzilla. Not Godzilla, Justice League.
Yeah,
League.
Justice League next
Yeah.
week, as well as Captain
Falcon
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
yeah.
Jesus, I have a stroke every time I try to say
And I'm
it.
also going to do a little touch up on the Avengers game. See where it's at this point. You
No,
know,
we're not.
I am 100% going to do so.
Oh my god.
I do want to probably hop back on for maybe a few minutes.
No, I need them to give me other characters other than 2 archers back to back.
But you haven't played with one of them, have you?
I don't want to. I didn't want to play with either of them.
You're tripping because Kate is super fucking
You can
fun.
tell me that. I still don't want to play
Bro,
with Archer.
like knowing you as a fucking person, knowing you. Wait a minute, hold the fuck on! Don't you play Green Arrow and fucking Injustice?
You're talking about a fighting game that I
A game
don't
that came out in
touch.
2012.
Yeah.
hold on. But he plays Green Arrow. Don't you like Green Arrow? You like the Archer.
No.
He liked the
No.
fighting style,
Yeah.
but it was different than an actual archer.
But the way that they did it was
It was a
unique.
2D
I like
platforming
Kate.
fighter.
Kate's honestly my favorite character out of everyone right now. She's so much fun to play.
She's pretty much like Green Arrow from Injustice.
Yeah,
No, she's
apparently I
not.
like
She's a
her
lot
now.
better than that. She's like she has like the phase, like her mobility is really good. Like her power, she is really strong. She's a fluid character. She feels unique.
Okay,
But
how
you got to
about
think about
Hawkeye?
how he feels.
Hawkeye is also going to be pretty dope.
You have to be
like,
open-minded and think about how
I
he
don't want
feels.
to play as either of those archers.
I would play as Kate. I don't know if I'm gonna play as Hawkeye. I've
His-
watched more shit, and I don't.
Hawkeye
like it
seems
still.
more
I don't know.
enjoyable.
I see. Yeah, that's the thing. I've watched both their gameplay and I don't like it.
You got it. I didn't like Kate's gameplay until I actually tried it. I go like, you know what? Let me not stop because there's been so many games. You know how I am with fighting games and shit. There's so many characters that I didn't touch because I'm like, you know what? There's no reason for me to try it. Then I try it and I absolutely love the character. So I was like, you know what? Let me actually give her a fair shot. And I did, and I really enjoyed it. So she's my favorite character mobility wise. Then again, my least favorite character in the game is fucking Iron Man. I don't like Iron Man
True.
at all.
Iron Man's the best. Favorite character all time. Alright guys, we're signing out again. I'm sorry. We'll be back again, live again next week. This is Johnsy signing out one more time.
Eat it.
It's Teddy. Signing out.
Done. It's Marcus leaving.
This is Lucas. I'm just happy to be here.
Alright guys, love y'all.
All right.